Welcome to Bienvenue's How to Become Fluent in French podcast, where we share tips and tricks to help you in your journey to speak French fluently. Hello, everyone. My name is Danielle Hayduck, and I am the founder of Bienvenue French Language School in Hudson, Ohio. In addition to programs for all levels from preschool to work abroad preparation, we specialize in 2 fast-track 18-month career trainings for bilingual executive assistants and private school French teacher or tutor. We've also added a 3-month au pair program. Today's episode of How to Become Fluent in French is called Stop Trying to Translate Exciting and Other Similar American Expressions. So first, let's get something straight. The French don't understand how Americans can get all excited about everything, from a new topping on your neighborhood pizza to the release of your favorite singer's new music album. They think that we go overboard about everything. It's not an attractive feature for the French. What can I say? They just don't trust that whole cheerleader mentality. So think of toning it down so you fit in a little bit better. A good way to do that is to eliminate excited from your vocabulary. In addition to that, if you say, je suis excité, you're announcing that you're horny. Yeah, just outright awkward. So use this instead. J'ai hâte de, which means I'm in a hurry too. Or see if you can use like content, heureux, ravi, enchanté de, any of those to get your point across. To say that something is exciting, you can use émoustillant, which means titillating, or palpitant, which you really just see in books, or maybe even passionnant. So you could say, j'ai hâte de voir ce film. I'm in a hurry to see this movie. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm in a hurry. Another expression that's really hard to translate in French is, I care about you. The best that I found is what my first love said to me. Je tiens à toi. Je tiens à toi. I'm not sure how the verb to hold got involved in there, but somewhere, somehow it did. Je tiens à toi. Now, for that phrase that can get you in trouble, when you want to tell somebody that you like them. Well, in French, we use the verb aimer, which is to love, but then we tone it down by adding something to it, which is kind of weird. I like you is je t'aime bien. I love you well. Je t'aime bien. Je t'aime bien. If you want to go a little bit beyond that, you can say tu me plais. Repeat. Tu me plais. I fancy you or I like you. But it's usually when you're already at that point where you want to tell them a little bit more than you just like them. So while we're on the topic of I like you, etc., let me point out that the word date doesn't exist, nor does really the concept of dating for that matter. You can ask someone to start a relationship by asking, veux-tu sortir avec moi? Veux-tu sortir avec moi? Repeat. Veux-tu sortir avec moi? But as for the date itself, you would resort to veux-tu aller prendre un café? Prendre un verre? Dîner ensemble? Aller au cinéma? Really by just stating what the intent is. You want to go out for coffee, you want to go out for a drink, go out to dinner together, go to the movies, etc. And then another one that just doesn't exist for various cultural reasons, I guess you could say, is the idea of being successful. It's a concept it just doesn't translate. La réussite means success. But for someone to be successful, you have to go around and say, il a réussi professionnellement, or il a réussi. Il a réussi professionnellement, or il a réussi. You want to repeat? Il a réussi. Il a réussi. So let's go over these expressions. Instead of I'm excited, you're going to say, j'ai hâte de voir ce film. Repeat after me. J'ai hâte de voir ce film. J'ai hâte de voir Sophie. J'ai hâte de dîner avec toi. Now, of course, you can also use other words like heureux or content. Let's try with those. Je suis heureux de voir Sophie. Je suis heureux de voir Sophie. Je suis content de dîner avec toi. Je suis content de dîner avec toi. The next one, I'm reminding you, means I care about you. Je tiens à toi. Repeat after me. Je tiens à toi. Je tiens à toi. Je tiens à toi. I like you is je t'aime bien. Repeat after me. Je t'aime bien. Je t'aime bien. Je t'aime bien. Tu me plais. I fancy you or I like you. Repeat after me. Tu me plais. Tu me plais. And that's the same word that you use when you say s'il te plaît or s'il vous plaît, if it pleases you. Tu me plais. Veux-tu prendre un café? Repeat. Veux-tu prendre un café? Veux-tu prendre un café? Veux-tu sortir avec moi? Veux-tu sortir avec moi? Veux-tu sortir avec moi? Il a réussi. Elle a réussi. Let's add to it. Il a réussi professionnellement. Elle a réussi professionnellement. Il a réussi professionnellement. Elle a réussi professionnellement. So I hope you'll no longer get tripped up by these expressions. Using them, using the new expressions that I've taught you, will make you sound more like a native and certainly make the French more open to listening to you instead of stepping in English. Remember, the key to becoming fluent is speaking. It doesn't matter how many podcast shows or how much radio you listen to. You cannot become fluent if the words don't come out of your mouth. Have you ever dreamed of being fluent in French? It's easier than everyone makes it out to be. Follow us for tips, tricks, and help you become fluent in the language of love. À bientôt!